Hey guys, so I'm going to be showing you my Elemental Shaman build for Hearthstone. I actually built this at the end of the month. I didn't get back into Hearthstone until like the 28th of August, and in like a day and a half, I actually got to gold from bronze with no bonus stars or anything, and I think this deck is really good, and I actually have lost very few games with it, and I found it very easy to play, so I'm just going to kind of go into my thought process while playing it and the build. I have two Kindling Elementals. I think this is one of the best cards in the deck because if you play it turn 1 and you play an Elemental turn 3, it still keeps the cost 1 less. It's not for next turn, it's just cost 1 less in general. Plus, if you open with the coin and are going second, and you open with this guy, Wailing Vapor, you can go coin, Wailing Vapor, Kindling Elemental if you open with two of them, and flood the field early, because sometimes with this deck I like to go for just flood the field, stat stick, beat the opponent down. Sometimes, depending on who you're playing or what class you're playing against, you can do a more control-oriented build with things like the lightning bolt, which I also run two of, and this right here, the Serpent Shrine portal. I don't think the overloads in this deck are too bad because you can kind of play around them, and everything is already so low cost. So we've covered these three guys. We're going to move on to Auction House Gabble. This is kind of amazing because you can basically make most of your lower cost cards already even more lower cost, and you can also use this to rack up damage on your opponent or just attack wimpy things on the field to maintain field control, which I really like. This guy, Cage Match Custodian, you've all probably already seen him and know about him. He lets you get a weapon, and he's an elemental, so he's in here because he lets us get access to this quicker. Menacing Nimbus, it's just a good 2-drop. It's 2/2, and it lets you get another elemental to the hand. And sometimes the random elemental can be just really, really beefy. And if it's not, it's just more stuff to quickly drop for field presence. So Acid Stormer, I really like this guy because you can use it to clear something on the board, and then if he survives, you can use it to rack up damage on your opponent. For a 3-drop, I really like this. The Wind Fury and Rush is pretty much guaranteed since pretty much everything in here is an elemental. Gyre Worm. If you played an elemental last turn, deal 3 damage. This guy is wonderful. He lets you maintain field control or quickly rack up damage on your opponent. Sometimes this guy's 1v games. For a 3-drop that is 3/2 and also does 3 damage on play, it's really useful. Primal Dungeoneer. This guy's not an elemental. That's the only drawback to him, so you can't use him to trigger stuff like Arid Stormer. But being able to get a spell and an elemental for a 3-drop and also getting board presence is kind of great, since all of our spells in here are nature spells he always triggers. We already went over this guy. Whack-a-Mole Hammer, I might replace this in future builds. Right now I'm kind of split on it because the extra damage is great and being able to smack things for 3 is great, but I just don't know if this could be optimized better or not. But for now it's in here just because the 1/1, the +1/+1 has been helpful, and being able to smack things for 3 has been helpful. Still might switch it out in the future, but unsure on this guy right now. Canal Slogger. So a 4-drop for a 6/4 is amazing, and the fact that it has Lifesteal Rush is even more amazing. The low health is kind of a drawback, but I think that the lifesteal really makes up for it, and it's pretty much kept me in the game most of the times. I run two of these guys. I think that he's essential to this deck. Um, Earth Reverent, he's taunt, he's battlecry, and deal 1 damage to all minions. He's okay, I could take it or leave it. I do really like him against certain matchups though, so that's why he's in here. Playing just the one against Paladin sometimes when they have all the little 1/1s, or if you run into someone just playing something with a ton of tiny beaters, this guy just can really steal the game. Granite Forgeborn, I'm going to say he actually might be the best card in the deck. Reducing the cost of all elementals in your hand and deck by 1 is kind of amazing. His stats are okay for the drop cost, but I definitely think 2 of these are essential if you're running elementals for Shaman. Earth Elemental, I don't see a lot of people running him in the Elemental Shaman deck, but he's 7/8. Sometimes I use him for offense just as much as I use him for defense, and I think that every deck needs a stat stick, even more so when you're playing a deck that's mainly just meant to kind of clobber the opponent. Fire Elemental, 4 damage for a 6 drop, but also a 6/5. I think it's pretty fair, and it can also kind of just really get you to the win in games. And then lastly, we got, I'm not even going to try to say that name, I'm just going to say the Windlord. This guy's really good. The Charge and Wind Fairy can help you steal games or clear stuff off the board. The fact that he has Divine Shield can also basically let you have a free 3 damage on any minion, and he can also be defensive because he has Taunt. And that's pretty much it for the deck list. I think this is really great. If any of you have tried it and have liked it, please leave a comment down below. And I think I'm going to continue playing this going into September since the patch just dropped and this wasn't touched at all. So if you like this video, give me a like or a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.